Marvelous!
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Marvelous. It's been a minute, but I'm back. And I'm probably going to be doing this for quite some time. I got some time to actually sit down and make these videos and piece things together and gather my thoughts. I've written so much stuff over the course of months, weeks, and days, hours, and minutes. I really have so much to share, guys. But let me just get on this topic real quick. This has been a spark of conversation, so I'm going to strike with iron's hot. And it's been basically a debate about is this statue in New York about representation or reflection. So I'm gonna give a critical look at this statue of this black woman in New York. Public art is often celebrated for its ability to provoke thought, challenge norms, and serve as a mirror of societal values. But not all public displays resonate equally with all members of the communities they claim to represent. The recent controversy surrounding the statue of a black woman in New York City is in case in point. An artwork that, while visually striking, raises complex questions about intent, identity, validation, and artistic responsibility. At first glance, the statue appears to be a bold assertion of black female presence in a landscape historically dominated by white male figures. It has sparked controversy and conversation, perhaps as the artist intended. But beneath the surface of this so-called empowerment lies a tangled narrative. Contrary to the assumptions that this artwork represents the autonomous expression of black women, the piece was actually created by a biracial man. That fact alone reframes the conversation. It challenges the notion that this is a celebration of black womanhood by black women, and instead asks whether it might be a projection of one man's complex and possibly conflicted perspective on the subject. The artist's approach, as it appears, seems less about honoring black women in their own right and more about responding to white male power structures. In that sense, the statue isn't a standalone affirmation, but rather a protest piece, a reactive creation aimed at countering centuries of white dominance in public art. It says, "Look at us now," but the us feels imposed rather than organically expressed. There is a palpable sense of resentment embedded in the work. And unfortunately, resentment rarely serves as a stable foundation for true empowerment. Some black women support the statue, perhaps seeing it as a long overdue acknowledgement of the importance and excellence. To them, it may say, "We are not invisible," or "We are everything you thought we could never be." In this sense, the statue is a demand for recognition, a declaration that black women deserve to be seen, revered, and remembered. But one must ask, does this public performance of visibility equate to meaningful respect? Or does it risk becoming a form of overcompensation? An appeal to be idolized not for one's essence, but for how loudly one can disrupt the status quo. To some observers, the message of the statue may read less as pride and more as a cry for validation. It feels performative. It says, "I need you to acknowledge me so I know I exist." It speaks not of self-love, but of the need for others, especially white audiences, to affirm one's place in society. This leads to a deeper reflection about the purpose of statues and monuments in the first place. These are typically reserved for figures or events of enduring significance, meant to inspire and unite. Yet, when viewers gaze upon this statue and ask, "Who is she? What does she represent?" the answer they often receive is that the work is a protest, a counter to white male monuments. In effect, the statue becomes a symbolic participation trophy. commemorating not an individual achievement or ideal, but a reaction. It's a visual rebuttal, not a clear message of substance. Art can and should be political, but political art still requires depth. The reliance on opposition to whiteness as a creative starting point has become so frequent that it borders on cliche. Black art, especially public black art, deserves more than just resistance. It should be allowed to breathe freely, to speak not only of pain and protest, but of joy, legacy, imagination, and independence. The consistent centering of white people, even in opposition, continues to place whiteness as a dominant reference point. So, the critical question becomes, can black artistic expression transcend the need for validation from white society? Can it create symbols that are meaningful without being reactionary? The answer is yes, but only when the art originates from an unfiltered place of self-definition, not one that has consistently measured its worth through external acknowledgement. The New York statue aims to disrupt, but it ultimately reveals more about the artist's eternal struggles and society's ongoing validation crisis than it does about the inherent dignity of black womanhood. It is less a symbol of reverence and more a mirror of insecurity, bold in form but conflicted in spirit. In the end, true power does not need to shout. It does not require permission, and it certainly does not need to stand in the shadow of what it seeks to replace. That's my opinion, y'all. Drop down in the comments, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Share your opinions. Do you oppose? Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's all good. It's all in love, guys. All right? Share, like, subscribe. It's your boy signing out. Peace and love. Take care. I'm out.